Hi, and welcome to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. Hope you're doing well, in good health, and in good spirits. It's been a difficult week, of course, with the news out of Texas, incredibly tragic and heartbreaking. Experts who focus on active shooter situations have offered a myriad of solutions, and let's just hope that this is the last one. When we say never again, this should be never again. This shouldn't happen anywhere around the world, let alone the United States. Children should be safe and feel comfortable in their schools, and parents should be able to send their children to schools without feeling concerned that a situation like this, a shooter could come into the building. Horrific, and of course, this isn't the first time this has happened, so particularly heartbreaking and terrible to see. I just hope action is taken. I want to let you know, with that thought in mind, earlier this week, our community held 2 active shooter and stop the bleed trainings. The first was held at Beth Israel, and the second was held at Temple Emmanuel Sinai in coordination with Jewish Federation and Worcester Police Department. I want to thank our community security liaison, Mark Shear, who arranged these trainings and has just done an amazing job, not only coordinating with local law enforcement, but building a very strong relationship with them, which is tremendously helpful to our community. And the support we get from our local police department is just invaluable. So I want to thank Mark and thank our local law enforcement for their support. I also want to let you know that another training will be taking place at Congregation B'nai Shalom on June 2nd, and that training will take place 7 to 9 p.m. at the congregation. You can make a reservation by finding the flyer below. That is being held in coordination with Westboro PD and Westboro Fire. Similar style training, active shooter and stop the bleed program. Thank you to Congregation B'nai Shalom for hosting that training and for coordinating this. There are a few events taking place coming up over the next several weeks. First, one in July, I want to bring your attention to Central Mass Jewish Theater Company, which really launched right around the time that COVID began, is putting on a production in person, planning to. The production is called Oasis, and it will be held at JMAC, which is a theater really right around the corner or right across the street from Worcester City Hall. We're looking for sponsors for that play, and we want you to have a look at the flyer below. It would be great to have you come out to help put this production on by sponsoring it, and of course to buy a ticket. We want to get a good community turnout for it. We're also branding that as part of the celebration of Worcester's 300th birthday, so you'll see that little logo included there. Make sure you check out the flyer for that and attend if possible. Coming up on June 12th is the celebration of our PJ Library program called Book Mitzvah. So our PJ Library program, wildly successful each year, growing and growing and growing. More and more new families coming to the community, signing up for the program, which sends free Jewish-themed books to young children each month. My daughter is a part of the program, and I'm sure our new daughter, Bianca, will be part of the program too. But it's really just fabulous being able to read these Jewish-themed books. They're all terrific, and it's part of the Harold Grinspoon Foundation and coordinated by Jewish Federation. So come out to celebrate at PJ's Book Mitzvah on June 12th. That will be held at BI. I also want to let you know the week of June 12th, on June 14th, we will be honoring Worcester Police Chief Steve Sargent. As I mentioned before, we've had wonderful support from our local PD, and in particular, Police Chief Steve Sargent, and we will be honoring him with a very special award, the Al Tapper Charitable Foundation Righteous Gentile Humanitarian Award, and this is in recognition of all he has done, not only for the Jewish community, but for all of the different faith-based communities in the city of Worcester. He's worked with with many churches, with the local mosques, other local faith-based organizations, and has just done a terrific job. So thank you, Worcester Police Chief Steve Sargent, and we hope to see you on June 14th at Worcester JCC. I also want to mention that this weekend marks Yom Yerushalayim, which celebrates the day when the IDF recaptured the old city of Jerusalem. Many of you may not know that from the time in 1948 when the state of Israel was announced and established until 1967, Jews could not visit the old city of Jerusalem. Our holy sites were desecrated, they were destroyed, synagogues were blown up, And of course, we couldn't pray at the Western Wall. Well, come the 1967 war, paratroopers were able to capture the Western Wall. We had access once again to the city. Religious sites were rebuilt, and since then, for really the first time in 2,000 years, we were able to have sovereignty and to visit our holiest places. So it's an incredibly important day coming up this weekend, Yom Yerushalayim. I'm sure many of you have seen the photos of the paratroopers standing in front of the Western Wall, the Kotel, and there will be, I'm sure, celebrations in Israel, and we only hope that the situation will remain peaceful. There's a lot of tension right now in the city, and I know that a lot of people have their eyes on the upcoming celebration. So as we always do, we pray for peace in the region, but in particular, this Shabbat, we will have our mind and hearts on Israel and on Jerusalem in particular. And this weekend, last but certainly not least, marks Memorial Day, which is a day when we're supposed to be giving thanks to our military veterans who gave their lives in support and in defense of our country. And there are hundreds of thousands of Jewish war veterans who served in our country, and countless thousands who lost their lives. We'll be thinking of them. I know that last week a number of you placed flags at our local Jewish cemeteries, and if you're visiting the cemeteries this week, you should note that they look a lot nicer thanks to the wonderful efforts of the Worcester Jewish Cemetery Improvement Association, led by Dana Levinson, which actually began after his visit with his children to plant flags on Memorial Day several years back at our Worcester Jewish cemeteries, or our local Jewish cemeteries, recognizing that they needed a lot of improvement. And we're thankful for his efforts and thankful for all those who supported that project, and most importantly, grateful, eternally grateful to those who gave their lives in defense and in support of this country. So with that, we wish you a peaceful, happy, healthy weekend, Memorial Day, Shabbat, and Yom Yerushalayim. Thank you for supporting Jewish life in Central Mass and around the world. Stay safe. We're thinking of you. Bye-bye.